Today we're going to test the 2009 Nissan Frontier Pro-4X. You will notice, it's a truck. We never test trucks. But not just any truck, this is Nissan's top-of-the-line off-road ready unit. It used to be called the Nismo, but that didn't sound very truck-like, so they changed the name up. Anyway, we're going to give it a try.
Let's take a closer look at exactly what we have here. The model we're testing today features a king cab. A 4-door crew cab with proper back seats is also available. Interior is sporty and functional. Nice materials, comfortable seats, and an easy-to-read gauge cluster. The 6-foot-long bed comes with a factory-applied bed liner and the Utilitrack channel system. This is great for tying down loads. Under the hood is Nissan's 4-liter V6, good for 261 horsepower and 281 foot-pounds of torque. Our test unit came mated to a 5-speed automatic transmission with high and low range gear sets. This should come in handy for the tests we have planned. Nissan's Frontier line was introduced as a small truck back in 1998. The current version made its debut back in 2005 and was both larger and more powerful than the previous models. Probably the most significant change for the 2009 edition is a new nose. Nice nose.
Big puddles.
Even though it's technically a mid-size truck, we found it surprisingly nimble as we navigated around the stumps and trees that make up our off-road challenge course. And we could have spent all day charging shallow puddles, but we really wanted to see what this truck was capable of. Test number 1, hill ascent and descent. Starting in rear-wheel drive mode, we didn't get far up the hill. The loose surface won in a matter of feet. Switching to 4-wheel drive mode made short work of the incline. Check this out. Yeah, no problem. But what goes up must come down. For this, we use the hill descent control.
Now this should use engine compression and the ABS system to ease us down the hill at a much more controlled rate than we can do with brakes alone.
The system did have a slight amount of free roll before grabbing, but it did its job and eased us down at a slow speed. Test number 2, hazard navigation.
It's a little intimidating, some of these puddles. I mean, technically I know this car has almost 9 inches of ground clearance, but some of these rocks are bigger than my head.
It's always important to take water hazards very seriously. You never know what lies beneath the murky surface. It's not unheard of for a truck to suddenly fall into a submerged hole in just a heap of water and boom, you now have a 4,300-pound paperweight.
I guess if I keep throwing rocks, it'll eventually get high enough.
If you plan on doing a lot of hazardous travel, an investment in a snorkel system would be money well spent.
Really deep. You know, the suspension feels really good. The Bilsteins seem to really soak up the road. Oh, it's that really deep one again. Will give you enough confidence. Feel good enough driving. Hello, Branch.
If you're going to be driving into the hard stuff, 2 things become absolutely necessary: articulation and a locking differential. And take a look at this. See this? Oh yeah, that, ladies and gentlemen, is what separates the boys from the men, and crossovers from real trucks. If you want to go into the wild, that level of travel is mandatory. Of course, it would also help to have a driver that had any idea what they were doing, but that's a different topic. But when would you really need a locking differential? Possibly if you get in, say, over your head, or in too deep, as it may be. This is what it looks like when an unexpected hole grabs you. Even 4 low was unable to pull us free. This truck does have one more trick, a locking rear diff, and that made all the difference. Don't try this at home.
So as we complete our first truck review, you can see that the Nissan was properly equipped to even save my ass in some pretty harrowing conditions. So I can only expect that it will do just as well for anybody else out there.